Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming here to my channel. My name is Mihaela Plugarashu. I am based in Miami, Florida, and I am a certified parent educator as well as a certified neuromindfulness coach and practitioner. I am currently training in my second year of mentorship with Compassionate Inquiry, a psychotherapy approach created and taught by Dr. Gabor Mate. Today, I am here with you to go over my 8 weeks coaching program, which I call From Victim to Victory. I will use my website as a navigation tool since I don't have a formal presentation, but that's okay. I hope you do visit my website. And I invite you to please subscribe to my very, 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 very fresh channel here on YouTube. So please, please click the button and subscribe because I do plan to post new videos at least every other week moving forward. So a lot of you DM'd me or texted me on WhatsApp and asked me, what is this program about? How does it work? How can I join? Is this program for me? I thought you were only doing parenting work. Can I come to you with something else that's not parenting related? And these are the questions that I do answer in this video today. So if you bear with me, I hope the right page will open up. And there you go. So we are on my website, and under articles right here in the right top corner, this is where you see the word articles. This is where my blog is hosted. And every single Saturday, I do post a new article in which I write about different topics on all things conscious parenting, things related to women's health, women's healing. I host a women's circle every month, which is free. And I invite all women here listening to me to please text me, send me a message so I can add you to that invite, because that's a private Zoom link that I share with those who are interested. And I recommend books in my weekly articles. So you can think of my content as a one-stop shop for everything related to parenting, childhood development. How can we become conscious parents? How can we get better at becoming self-aware in our relationship with our children as conscious parents? All tools that we need to create connection in our relationship with our children, how to work with our triggers, and also expect content that gives you tools to co-parent if your particular situation fits within a separation or divorce or post-divorce co-parenting arrangement. And usually there is an ex that is less inclined to collaborate with you. So this is the channel for you for all that. I am very passionate about giving our children the childhood that they deserve. In many cases, we have to learn how to do that because maybe we didn't have it. So it doesn't come easy to us either. And I'm very passionate about working with other women. So now let's go to From Victim to Victory 8 weeks coaching program. First of all, I want you to keep in mind the word victory because we are going to refer to this word over and over again because it's an acronym that creates the framework in which this program works. But it's also a word very dear to my heart because it was the name of my grandmother on my father's side. Her name was Victoria, and I am hoping that this is a way for me to honor her. So victory stands for vision, inquiry, compassion, trajectory, ownership, relationships, and you. And I'm very proud because I came up with this by myself. I thought about what would be the right word for me to encompass and to contain all elements that a person who is in a victim mentality or victimized, these are two different things, by the way, and that person wants with all her mighty to go from that to victory. So the elements for me are what I just said and what you can see here on the screen: vision, inquiry, compassion, trajectory, ownership, relationships, and you. So if you think about 8 weeks and you're asking yourself, well, how can I turn my life around in 8 weeks? Of course, you cannot turn your life around in 8 weeks. If you are over 30, let alone if you're over 40 or over 50, your brain has had decades of functioning and making decisions based on certain programs. And as far as the brain is concerned, they worked because you're still alive, because your brain, like any other brain, only makes decisions in relationship to survival and to saving energy. And for any human being to change, that entails humongous investments of mental energy. So change is very hard, but it's possible. So my goal in 8 weeks is to show you a framework within which you can do the work either by yourself after the 8 weeks together with me, or you continue some work with me, or you maybe find someone else whom you resonate with. But without you having a clear, structured framework, so you can go back and tap into those big resources of energy that you have to put towards change, you won't be able to change anything. Because again, the brain wants to stay as it is. The brain likes status quo. And that's why if you find yourself in a abusive situation, either at home or at work or with a friend, or with a neighbor, but particularly at home or at work, and you've been in this situation for years upon years upon years, despite you knowing that this is not the right situation for you, but you still cannot leave or change something, that's because for the brain, it takes too much mental focus to make a change, and it's very scary. So our mind will always find justifications for us not to make a change, not to do something different. But if you're ready to do something differently, this is the right program for you, and I can help you. So very quickly, I'm going to go through each word. Imagine this word being a session that's focused on that word, and you bring to me in that session whatever the issues are when it comes to that, and together as partners, because by the way, you are my equal partner in the coaching process, because you are not broken. You don't need someone to come in and save you or tell you what to do. You only need a witness who can trust that you have the wisdom in yourself to know what you need to know. And I already trust you. with that. So we're going to be partners in the coaching process, but this is the framework that I propose and I love, and I know it provides results to those who put in the work, because this is my mantra: do the work, period. There's no way around it. If we want to stay comfortable in the situation that we're in, hoping that things will change, or that she will change, or he will change, or our kids will change, then rest assured nothing will change. But I trust you. I have faith in you and in the coaching process. So, vision. We start with vision. What do you want? What do you want out of your life? What is your vision for your life? What do you want to leave behind as a legacy when your kids are all grown up, or when you are old? Imagine yourself being 65, 75, 85. What do you want to leave behind you? What kind of life do you want you would have lived? So we start with the question of vision. Sometimes clients and people don't have a vision at all, and that's okay. I don't want you to feel bad for not having a clear vision. The fact that we come face to face with the reality of I don't have a vision for my life, that's already a huge victory, because now you can work your way up from there instead of denying the fact that you do not have a vision. So in each of these modules and focus of work for each of the weeks, wherever you are in your journey, that's wonderful. So you have a vision or you don't have a vision, that's fine. We work with where you are right now and we build from there. So we start with the question of vision. Do I have a vision? Yes, no. If I have a vision, what is that vision? And what would it take for me? What kind of setup do I need in my life to be able to fulfill the vision? And by the way, vision may change in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. That's okay. As long as we do it consciously. If I don't have a vision, I have no idea what I want, who I am, where I'm going, how did I get here, how did I let this happen to me all these years, that's okay too. Actually, it's a beautiful place to start with a lot of reverence for where you are right now and compassion and empathy and understanding. Okay. Module 2 or week 2, inquiry. So, of course, this is a word that I borrowed from compassionate inquiry, the training that I've been doing for the last 1 year and a half within compassionate inquiry with Dr. Gabor Mate and his team. But inquiry for me was always there and important, because I remember when I started my own personal journey about 15 years ago, and I had no idea about this entire universe of personal development and healing and psychotherapy. I knew nothing about that. I remember the first session that I had with my therapist at the time. I called her and I said, I want to start from a question. I want to know, what was it about me all these years that allowed me to tolerate this and this and this? So the soul of healing, at the heart of anybody's healing process is the capacity to inquire within ourselves and to stay curious about whatever answers we may find. It doesn't matter how many skeletons in the closet, how many demons, how many shadows, how many parts of us that we don't want to see. It doesn't matter how much we find there, as long as we allow the inquiry process. That's the healing. It's not the answers, it's the allowing of the actual inquiry process. So that leads me to week number 3, which is compassion. The majority of people whom I met in my life, either in coaching or friends, lack compassion for themselves. Usually, we have a lot of compassion for others. We are showing a lot of empathy and compassion. Many times, is if not all the time, to the abusing people in our lives. We kind of understand their trauma and we give them a free pass. We have compassion towards our children many times. We have compassion towards the world, to the neighbors, to the people in the streets. We were able, most of us, to give a lot of compassion to others, but the capacity to show compassion to ourselves is blocked for the majority of people who are just starting this personal journey of personal development and working with all parts of themselves. And by the way, you'll hear me often say the word parts, and this goes back into inquiry because all of us have a fragmented mind. And each fragment of our mind acts like a subpersonality, if you will. So we call them parts. And in the inquiry process, we learn, and I teach you how to work with all those parts. Trajectory, letter T, trajectory. I love the word trajectory because I am a strategic, planning, organized kind of person. This is one of my strongest sub personalities. I like planning. I like to know that I have a roadmap ahead of me. I like to know what I need to work on, and I like to plan on how to develop and how to mitigate and how to bring in my life the tools that I am lacking at any given time. So, trajectory is all about having a practical, hands on, down to earth, step by step. What do I need to do next? Plan. It doesn't mean that a plan will not change, but the intention of bringing steps and tools into my life and asking myself, how am I going to get from point A to point B? What do I need to do? That intention and putting the energy towards that and staying committed to what I said I would be doing, keeping my appointments with my therapist, keeping my appointments with my coach, attending a support group, maybe reading the book that my coach told me to read, practicing this connection tool with my child once a week as my coach advised me to do. So doing the homework, if I tell you to do something in writing from one week to another, doing my very best, that's you doing your very best to actually write that down in your journal or whatever. So trajectory is all about committing to staying down to earth, staying practical, and staying grounded into this is what I need to do so I can go from today till tomorrow. As I take one day at a time, I know that I want to do this every morning. Let's say I know that I want to start my morning with 5 minutes being outside, barefoot, looking in the sun, so I can activate my healthy cortisol with natural sunlight for 5 minutes in the morning, every morning, and setting an intention for the day. Or I know that I'm keeping my appointments for the next 8 weeks. Or I know that I'm going to do special time with my child twice a week, every week. So that's what I mean by trajectory. I met a lot of people who are very spiritual and very compassionate and extremely empathetic and extremely deeply connected to their spiritual self and to the divine powers. And these people are so amazing to be around because they are good. Their energy is so clean and they are just beautiful people. However, at least in my personal experience, a lot of these highly spiritual individuals are very disconnected from everyday, day to day life that parenting requires, or co parenting requires, or being able to handle a high conflict divorce. You know, staying in a child's like magical thinking that everything is going to be okay just doesn't work like that. So we have to find a way in which we balance out our spiritual self and our spirituality with the practicality of everyday life, which is to me the bread and butter of coaching. So, my aim, my goal, my objective is always to have you leave the coaching session with a tool or a piece of homework that I know that you can implement and execute from one week to the next. So when we meet next time, you can tell me this is how it worked or it didn't work. This is what happened. This is my lesson from it. That's what I've learned. I'm going to experiment with this way next time. And that's where the growth really happens. So trajectory is about being down to earth, practical, strategic, and grounded in our everyday life that most probably our kids need from us and we need it for ourselves also. Okay. Letter O is ownership. And I love the word ownership because as we are going through the process of inquiry, a lot of parts of ourselves we are going to want to reject at first or deny or pretend they're not there. We are not going to want to embrace them. We will come up with all kinds of stories that our mind will make up just so we don't own those parts of ourselves. Usually, in a high conflict relationship, there is a good guy and a bad guy. And if you ask either one of the two people involved, they are the good guy and the other person is the bad guy. And in reality, there is no such thing. There is no bad guy and good guy, no good woman, bad woman, good man, bad man. There is no such thing. In reality, in any relationship that ends up in conflict or separation or high conflict or even abuse, each person had a role to play that resulted in the ultimate conflict or rupture or separation or abuse. So, our job in this work together is to take ownership of all parts of ourselves that played that role. It doesn't mean we are judging that part of ourselves, we are criticizing. It doesn't mean we're rejecting, but we acknowledge it and we look at it from different perspectives with my help so we can embrace it and integrate it. So next time we enter a relationship or in our parenting with our kids, that part doesn't take control over the relationship again. So you see, inquiry, compassion, and ownership, they go hand in hand, intertwined all the time. Ownership is not possible without inquiry. Inquiry is not possible without compassion. Compassion is not possible without ownership, and so on and so forth. So everything is connected. Letter R stands for relationships. Of course, our life is 100% relationships. The quality of a human being's life is directly proportional with the quality of the relationships in your life. So, do we have healthy, stable, honest, trusting, compassionate relationships? Well, that's the quality of our life then. Do we have unstable, unpredictable, high conflict, victimizing relationships? That's the quality of our lives then. And our children, if you are a parent, they are going to be the byproduct of the quality of the relationships that you have in your life, starting with the other parent, if you have children, or if you don't have children, the quality of your life, the overall quality of your life. Look at the quality of your relationships and you see the quality of your life. And if you're happy with it. But if you're not, then we are going to look at the relationships in your life, the most meaningful, important to you. And we are going to treat each relationship as a mirror to the parts of ourselves that we need to work on, because those are the parts that show up in relationships. So ownership and relationships are like twins. They cannot be separated. Any single relationship that is not working to your liking and to your satisfaction in your life, it's a reflection and equally and directly proportionate to the severity of that part that is calling for your attention within yourself that needs to do the work. So we can only do this with compassion, of course, and inquiry, and within the overall vision that we have for our life. And then last but not least, of course, you, the word you in victory, because all the work that we've been doing in the prior 7 weeks, it's work that it's building up to creating a toolbox for you and the self-awareness that you need for yourself, So you can take that in your life from that point on to make changes that are in alignment to your authenticity, to your vision for your life and for your parenting, if that's the case, to the legacy that you want to build. And when I say legacy, I don't mean that we all have to be the next Elon Musk and change the world. Vision and legacy is about creating the setup in your life, and within that setup, within that system, you can realize your own potential. So for some of us, that could be a stay-home mom, and that's beautiful. For some of us, it could be being an artist, a digital creator, a fashion designer. That it doesn't matter. A writer, a teacher, a kindergarten teacher. It doesn't matter. It's about having the courage to realize our potential. And we cannot do that without the right system in place for our life. So, in a nutshell, these are the keywords and the framework that I use in this 8 weeks coaching program. So I invite you to go on my website, which again I said it's mihailaplugarashu.com, under articles right here in this right upper corner. And in this article, which is called From Victim to Victory, 8 weeks coaching one-on-one with Mihaela, that I published on July 14th of 2024. In here, you will see all my credentials, in a way answering the question, why would I trust to work with you? Well, you don't have to trust me. That's okay. There are a lot of coaches in the world, but my results talk for themselves. So right here, under the tab testimonials, you click on that tab and you will see testimonials from my clients, which in just a little bit I will read to you, just maybe one or two. But very quickly, I want you to know that, again, I am a certified parenting instructor. I was certified in 2019 by Hand in Hand Parenting, the only organization in the United States who teaches parents tools for connection and psychological safety. Hand in Hand Parenting has been doing this work for 40 years. I have my utmost gratitude for my training with Hand in Hand Parenting. They saved my life and they saved my parenting relationship with my son. I am so, so grateful for Hand in Hand Parenting. Since then, I wrote a book which is called Conscious Parenting of Your Toddler. The book is on Amazon. Oh, I have one right here. Here's my book. The book has 4.7 stars out of 5 stars possible on Amazon, hundreds of reviews for my book. Since publishing my book, I created my own conscious parenting program, which is called the Conscious Parent Accelerator. So that's a whole other coaching program that I have. Let me know if you would like more information about that. You can leave in the comments here. You can write conscious parenting or parenting, and I will send you a link to a masterclass where I present that program in depth. But that's a wonderful program for parents with children. Also, I want you to know that I am a certified neuromindfulness coach and master practitioner. I also work as a managing director for USA for the Neuromindfulness Institute. And again, I am utmostly grateful to the founders of the Neuromindfulness Institute. I've trained with them for the last 3 years, and I had learned so much about how our brain works, what it wants, what it does, how it does it, and then combine that with mindfulness practices, which absolutely changed my life. And as we go through the weeks in the victory framework, of course, I will share with you and give you what I know from the tools that are coming from the mindfulness world that is so well researched, and also from the neurosciences. So, of course, I will share with you everything that I know and also everything that I do in my own life for my own well being on a daily basis. So, of course, you get the benefit of all of that with me in working with me. And as I said earlier, I host every month a women's circle on Zoom. You have to tell me in advance if you want to participate at no cost if you are a woman. And I will send you the private Zoom invitation. And of course, I am doing my mentorship program right now in compassionate inquiry with Dr. Gabor Mate. All right. So, this is in a nutshell from victim to victory. I am going to click on testimonials right now. I'll just read few of them so you get a sense of what my current clients say about me. Mihaila is the person you need in your life in terms of personal growth, self-parenting, and creating an authentic relationship with your kids. I truly respect her wisdom and approach. So you can opt for Victim to Victory program if you have children, or if you don't have any children and your issues are not parenting related. Either way, the program applies to you. If you have children and you would like to work on your parenting, you can opt out for From Victim to Victory, or you can opt for the Conscious Parent Accelerator program. It's all up to you what you feel that resonates with you most at this time of your life. So, for example, this woman who is 38, she said, I developed really good skills in our sessions to step back, see my child parts, and access my self compassion. Also, your self disclosure helps me a lot. Thank you. And your tough love is so powerful. So, this particular testimonial is from a woman who is not a mom. So, she's working on her own personal development. This woman, 44 years old, she wrote to me, thank you for existing in this world for people like me and for coming into my life. And she has no children, so she is working on her own personal development. And this mom, of course, she is a mom, and her feedback is I absolutely love working with her. I will start by saying a big thank you from the bottom of my heart. Mihaila helped me tremendously improve my relationship with my son, with myself, and with the world around. Her techniques, her knowledge, her compassion, and her ways of making me feel safe, seen, validated have made me reach in such a short time to the root of my pain and disconnection from my authentic self. Thank you for helping me recognize, accept, and integrate all parts of me, and for giving me the necessary instruments to live a life free of triggers and wounds, connected, present, and at peace with myself and my loved ones. And I'm going to read the last one. This is a little long, but it's from a mom who was going through a very high conflict divorce. When I initially connected with Mihaela, I was not sure what to expect. I was trying to heal from a difficult divorce from a narcissist, dealing with the aftermath of broken pieces, all the while trying to keep it together for my 5-year-old daughter. I didn't know how to handle the extreme aggressive outbursts, extreme tantrums, and what seemed like disrespectful disobedience coming from my baby. I felt defeated and not equipped enough to handle it. Working with Mihaela made me realize that those episodes were my daughter's cries for help. She's feeling the effects of the divorce as well because she is so young that she doesn't know how to handle it. Mihaela has been amazing. She has challenged me to see things from a different perspective. She has helped me to realize a lot of the frustration and anger I was experiencing from others is just a mirror of what work I needed to do. But most importantly, she has helped me create a stronger bond with my daughter. I have learned better ways to deal with my emotions, which in turn helps me to help my daughter with hers. Mihaela is intelligent, challenging, thought provoking, caring, passionate, and supportive. I highly recommend Mihaela and her conscious parenting program. Of course, you can choose either one. Mihaela, thank you for your continued support and guidance. Words cannot express enough the value of what you have provided to me and my daughter. So there are more testimonials here from real people, most of them moms. And let me see if there's any other one that I want to read. Hi, Mihaela. I just wanted to say how grateful I am for the listening time you offered a couple of weeks ago. I was in a very difficult position, having to handle a super difficult situation, and my therapist was away on holiday. I found a lot of comfort in what you said to me, and it made a huge difference because I couldn't handle it on my own, and I had to be at my best for the next couple of weeks. Please don't tell my therapist I cheated on him. I want to tell him myself. So, this is why I do what I do. And I want to read to you very briefly a text that I got just 2 days ago. I didn't have time to put it on the website, but this is from a woman, and she texted me, "You have helped me and my marriage so much. Truly grateful for you." So when I saw that, I started to cry because I know how hard couple relationships and marriages can be. And if there is anything that I can do to help someone, either to improve their marriage or to get out of a bad marriage, I want to do that. Every single woman on this planet deserves to live her best life. So, with that said, I am going to stop sharing, and I hope you can see me okay. It got a little dark in here, but as you can see, I speak from my heart. I am not in no fancy studio. This is just me and my computer recording this video. I've been wanting to record this for months and months now, and I am super happy that I have an opportunity to talk to you here. And if you watch this till the end, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for putting in the time. Maybe you just listen to this while driving or running or doing dishes, and that's amazing. So thank you again for that. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram. I am both on I have a private Instagram and I have a public Instagram. I recommend that you follow the public Instagram account, which is parenting.made.conscious. I am going to put that in the comments below. And I hope you subscribe to my very, very fresh YouTube channel where I'm going to upload this video. And if you have any questions in the comments below, just leave a message for me with a way of me contacting you, and I will get back to you. But if you write the words parenting or conscious parenting, I'm happy to send you the link to a masterclass for that. In the meantime, you don't have to be a parent. You don't have to want to work on parenting. Or if you are working on a mix of parenting issues, personal issues, divorce issues, or rebuilding your life type of issues, or career related issues, please let me know, because From Victim to Victory is the right program for you. So with that, thank you. Thank you so much. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.